31 News.
Welcome back. 7:45 right now. This weekend, us parents, we dread it. Spring forward. We're going to lose an hour of sleep. Monday morning might be a little drag for us. No big deal, right? An extra cup of coffee will fix that. But when you got kids, whoo, doggy, it can be interesting. Getting kids to go to bed early is always a struggle, but it's harder, of course, when the time changes and they just aren't tired yet. Dad, I'm not tired. Go to bed. That's the conversation in my house. Dr. Stephen Hawkins here, a sleep medicine specialist at Children's Hospital, Colorado. So this is what you do. You kind of analyze this stuff, and you and I were talking. You've got kids, I've got kids, telling them to start the process a week ahead of time. Hey, go to bed early today to get used to it. Yeah, good luck, right? So what do you suggest?
And it's easier said than done. Daylight savings time is, it's just like jet lag, planning ahead for a big trip. Any of these other big time changes, there's similar kinds of ideas where it would be best to not, like you say, lose that hour when we spring forward. Instead, plan ahead, get to bed a little bit earlier. But the key is, like, how do you lock that in? How do you actually get sleepy a little bit earlier? And it's all about light and light exposure.
Well, and there was just a big study, I believe it was by CU, talking about that light exposure, talking about the bright lights before bedtime and how it actually scientifically does reduce the melatonin in kids. So are you saying we dim the lights? Do we reduce exposure to the devices, the iPads and TVs?
Absolutely. Both ends can be helpful. So reducing screen time at bedtime, so turn the phone off, turn the tablet off, stop watching TV earlier in the evening would be helpful for lots of reasons, not just daylight saving time. Right? But then the morning time is really when it's the most critical. So you're talking about getting up, turning those lights on, getting that first dose of sunshine earlier, and that's going to help reset that body's internal clock, help it match up with the alarm clock a little better.
Well, and so the preemptive strike, right? Because we talk about, well, maybe start putting them in bed early a couple of days ahead of time. If you can't do that, because your kids are like my kids, and they just say, no, Dad, it's not bedtime yet. Bedtime's 8 o'clock. Maybe you wake them up a little bit earlier and kind of bring them outside and get some sunshine. Would that help on Friday or Saturday to try to start adjusting?
Absolutely. So getting up, getting moving a little bit earlier is going to be good. Getting that light exposure earlier is going to, again, help scoot that internal body clock a little bit earlier without that painful Monday morning wake-up call of, I want to sleep for another hour, Dad.
They don't love it. So on Monday, what should parents expect? Maybe there's ways that we can kind of plan for Monday.
Planning for Monday. So again, up and at 'em, movement. The big key, too, is staying awake during the day. Don't make up for it with a nap in the middle of the day.
That's bad?
That's bad. That's just going to trick your circadian rhythm, your body clock, into thinking that it can go to bed, and that's not what you want. You want to encourage it to stay up a little bit later so that you can get to bed at that time. You'll be tired for bedtime this go around,
That's the point.
And then that's exactly the point. So now you're ready to go to bed, falling asleep earlier, using your screen time really smartly so that you're not geared up right there before bedtime.
So come Monday, kids are tired. No matter what you do, they're still going to be a little bit dragging. How many days does it typically take for your body to adjust to an hour shift like that? Is there science to that?
There is science to that. So 1 hour takes 1 to 2 days. And so thinking about, again, time zones work the same way. 2 time zones, 1 to 2 time zones, our bodies can kind of adjust to a trip. Daylight saving time, 1 to 2 days. Now they're looking at accidents and heart attacks in adults, and we see that those are more common the first 2 days. By the end of the week, they're starting to level out.
Really?
Those first 2 days are especially rough. So it's not just kids, like you were mentioning. It's not just kids. Adults are affected
None of
as
us
well.
get enough sleep.
Absolutely. Right. We're all catching up.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Super helpful.
Thank you for having me.
The point is here, too, Tuesday and Wednesday, give the kids a break. By Thursday, they should be locked in, and then they're just playing you if they tell you that they're still tired.
That's right. No more excuses.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate the info. Let's get over to Greg now, who is bright-eyed, bushy-tailed every morning.
Do kids do that? Do they play you?